Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Honourable members will remember that when the member for Cook became the Prime Minister, he said that he wanted all Australians to know whose side he was on. Well, Prime Minister, you've ticked that box this week.
Mission accomplished.
Every single Australian knows, after the sordid, disgraceful and stinky revelations of the last week, just whose side that you are on. And if they didn't know before this week, they certainly know now. Now, this scandal, this Chumgate scandal, has entered a dangerous new phase. A dangerous new phase which shows that government contracts worth many millions of dollars of taxpayers' money are determined in this government on the basis of who owes who in the Liberal Party power-broking structure. A dangerous new phase where the Finance Minister can rewrite the rules of government procurement to ensure not just that Liberal Party companies get a slice of the action, but they get the only slice of the action. A dangerous new phase. A dangerous new phase where the Attorney-General puts his hand up to be investigated as well because he seems to have some kind of understanding of what's going on behind the scenes. Helloworld has turned into a world of pain for this government. In Helloworld, it's entirely normal for the Finance Minister to rewrite the procurement rules to benefit the company of a Liberal Party donor. In the real world, wages are stagnant. In Helloworld, it's entirely normal for contracts to be handed out on the basis of who owes who in the Liberal Party. In the real world, we've got job insecurity and underemployment. And those opposite don't have a clue. They spend all of their time doing insider deals for their rich mates. Now, if those opposite are really serious about ending the age of entitlement, they're going about it all wrong. They're going about it all wrong. When you said you wanted to end the age of entitlement, you've got a funny way of showing it. Now, the member for Sturt says that the ambassador to the US is doing a good job. What he really meant was, this is a tidy little earner. This is a tidy little earner for Liberal Party donors, for people who run companies who benefit from these government contracts. Now, when Joe Hockey,
the member for Rankin will resume his seat. Members on my right are preventing the Leader of the House. The Leader of the House on a point of order.
Mr Speaker, the member for Rankin implied that I was in favour of corruption, and I find that deeply offensive, and I would expect him to withdraw it.
The member for Rankin will withdraw.
I withdraw, Mr Speaker. Now, when Joe Hockey hits the fence as the Australian ambassador to the United States, as he should and will, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. Because Minister Cormann has shown by rewriting, you should sack Hockey. I'm saying you should sack Hockey, Sunshine. I'm saying he should be sacked. I'm saying he should be sacked. But when he is sacked by this Prime Minister, it won't end there, because Minister Cormann should go as well. Because Minister Cormann has been shown to be the beneficiary of free flights and other freebies while giving big contracts to companies run by Liberal Party donors. This Finance Minister abolished the travel panel, and made sure that all of the travel went through this Liberal Party company. Now, instead of answers from the Prime Minister in question time, we asked him again and again to give a simple explanation for these very serious issues. Instead, he got the member for Sturt to do it. And doesn't that just speak volumes? Even when asked by the Leader of the Opposition, did he support Minister Cormann, he couldn't even answer that basic question. So Minister Cormann has a lot to worry about. All he did, when the Prime Minister finally got to his feet, all he did when he finally got to his feet was he blamed the Labor Party and he plagiarised Malcolm Turnbull. First he stole Malcolm Turnbull's job, and then he stole his jokes, Mr Speaker. And the rest of Australia wonders why you got rid of Malcolm Turnbull in the first place. You still haven't explained that. Now, this scandal, as I said, has a long way to run. It won't end with Hockey or Cormann. It will dog those opposite every day until the election, and it will dog them beyond. Because the Australian people do know whose side those opposite are on, and it's not the Australian people's.